Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the next edition of the Losers Lounge podcast, episode, I believe, 139. We are nearing the end of 2024. Last week, we were talking AEW Full Gear. This time, we're talking WWE Survivor Series WarGames. This is going to be the 38th edition of Survivor Series, so in like 2026, Survivor Series is going to turn 40. So that's crazy how long we've been doing not just this show, but how long a lot of us have been watching wrestling. I gotta say, like, we're retaining the War Games again, although this time, in my personal opinion, a lot of the War Games matches really feels like they are not exactly booked properly, and we'll get to that a little later. This room is a lot more full than it was last week. We'll start, of course, with my bro, of course, from the Losers Lounge, Heel Balor.
Yeah, excuse me, voice cracked. What's up? The Heelist of Balors is back again. Great to be back on the podcast for round 2, Survivor Series War Games. Can't wait to talk about it. There you go.
Yeah.
What's up, everybody?
Oh my god, what a voice crack. All right, welcome back to the Losers Lounge podcast, our good friend Ty Lort.
Hello, everyone. Hope you're all doing very well. Since last week, I've been doing pretty all right. Just a bit of chill one. Most have been playing Planet Coaster 2 at the minute. Just chill sort of thing. But yeah, very excited to talk about what, from my knowledge, is probably going to be the final main roster pay-per-view to air on Foxtel and their streaming services. A 30-year partnership, well, I believe it's around 30 years or so, coming to an end, which that's a bit of a big deal if you think about it as well. So, yeah, gonna be quite an interesting show, this one.
Yeah, a lot of things are indeed changing when it comes to that sort of thing, because ever since WWE moving to Netflix entirely for everywhere outside the United States, I mean, in the U.S., it's only going to be Monday Night Raw for the meantime, moving to Netflix, but at the same time, for the rest of the world, everything's going on Netflix. I don't know what the deal is. Like, I wonder, is it just gonna be like the upcoming shows, or are they putting every single pay-per-view there, or every single other stuff? We have no idea yet, but we'll figure out as time goes on. But in the meantime, please welcome back another good friend of ours, none other than Steep.
What's up, everybody? Yes, it is us again. It's War Games week, Survivor Series. Also, happy holidays. It's Thanksgiving this week. Hope you guys have an incredible time with that. Once again, when there's a big event going on, the week isn't the week without us over here. And yeah, I hope you guys like our podcast. I hope you guys have an incredible time this weekend. Happy Thanksgiving once again. I hope you guys have an incredible time watching the show and spending time with your families.
Indeed. At the time of release, ladies and gentlemen, it is Friday, November 29th. So yesterday was Thanksgiving. However, at the time of recording, it's Wednesday, November 27th, so we're talking from the future. We're talking from the past, looking into the future, so that's exactly where we are. And also,
I just hope you guys don't get trampled while shopping at Black Friday, trying to get yourself one of those big TVs.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, when you go shopping for something like that, pack your Mjolnir, pack your lightsaber, pack anything you need. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back our other good friend, K-Sean.
Hold up. I'm on my way. Oh, wait, hang on a second. Oh, shit. God damn.
You good, man?
Christian, I think you need better plumbing in the bathroom, bro. Like, god damn, man.
What the hell did you do?
Nothing.
You
promise me you didn't have Taco Bell.
Bro, why does it stink in here? Hold on.
Hey, no, get over here.
Oh, Jesus.
Do not go in there.
Oh my god, what have you done to our place? Anyways, K-Sean, it's your turn to talk.
Hey, what's up, man? It's me again. As you can tell, I was in the bathroom since the last one. I had to fire my last agent because he said I was on the War Games one, but it was the Full Gear podcast. So sorry about that one.
Alrighty then, that is crazy, but I hope you're excited to talk the show.
I'm excited, alright, because I have a lot to say about the main event. And on the day you're watching this, which is Black Friday, just know, be goddamn careful. or at least do your shopping online, so you don't have to worry about getting your face stomped in, Finn Balor style.
This ain't the Thanksgiving movie, dude.
Thanksgiving in, yeah, well.
Anyway,
I
ladies
get the
and
reference.
gentlemen, we're not done here because there's one more person who's here who's here with us. Someone who's also been on the podcast many times, but it's been a while for him. Please welcome back our good friend and Optimistic Hall of Famer, Beast Mode.
Why are you over there?
Ladies and gentlemen, it is I, the Skull King. Beast Mode 9000 has returned on the Losers Lounge podcast. God damn, it's the 27th, which is my lucky number, and we're talking CM Punk, who returned a year ago, who's my favorite wrestler, and I returned today. And what a day I've had so far. We're finishing off with the Losers Lounge podcast, man. This is crazy. I had college class earlier, which shout out to that. It puts me to sleep every time. And then I had an appointment for my snake, and she's all well and healthy, so now that's out of the way. We get to have some fun talking about WarGames. This show is absolutely stacked. It's going to be awesome, and I can't wait to talk about it. Surprise return with you fine gentlemen here today.
I did not know you had a steak, but okay.
Quick question, bro. Why are you over there in the corner?
Because I like corners, and corners equal corn, and I like corn because Jonathan Davis is cool.
Just get your ass over here.
Yeah.
Why are you over there? Just get over here.
All right. Now that we're all here, folks, there's 6 of us, but there's only 5 matches, so that's weird.
Hey, main roster for you.
Yeah, main roster. However, I will say Survivor Series with the 2 WarGames matches, this is one of the very few occasions where 5 matches on a pay-per-view card is understandable. Like the Royal Rumble and the Elimination Chamber and, of course, WarGames. Those, in my opinion, should be the only examples. The rest should have a minimum of 6 to 7. And for 4-hour shows, it should have 7 to 8.
Yeah, blame the bloody advertisement tier on Peacock for that, mate.
Yep. I do wonder how the advertisements will go for Netflix, but we'll find that out very, very soon. In the meantime, folks, it's time to talk the 5 matches. We're first going to go by the title. There are 3 title matches and 2 WarGames matches. We're going to say the WarGames match is the last. We're going to kick things off. You know what? Let's kick things off strong, folks. We're starting off by talking the WWE World Heavyweight Championship match between Gunther and Damian Priest. This is the rematch from SummerSlam, which took place earlier this year in Cleveland. I was there for that show, and it was fantastic, although it was pretty muggy. Like, here's the thing, I wasn't even hot, but yet I was sweating all over. That's because of the damn humidity, and that's what happens when an outdoor stadium is right beside the goddamn lake. Well, better to be at the stadium at a time like that than about a week ago when it absolutely snowed like crazy at the football game. So, there's that. Gunther.
That's pretty hot. I mean,
yeah. Gunther took on Damian Priest after he won the King of the Ring, and then he won the World Heavyweight Championship, but the only reason he won it is because Finn Balor interfered and cost him everything. Cost Damian Priest everything. And in this case, well, here's to hoping Finn Balor does not get involved this time because, well, I would hate for this rematch to end the same way the first match did. And, however, though, I don't see Damian Priest winning back the title. I would actually love it because, you know, in my opinion, he was a great champion. Gunther's been a good champion. I just hope it picks up because this has been nowhere near as good as his time as the Intercontinental Champion or his time as the NXT UK champion. And that's when things are getting a little bit bad. And because, you know, he's got the top title, the World Heavyweight Championship. One would hope that he would have a much better reign given he's world champion. But hey, you know what? Based off Gunther's like history of being champions, it's still freaking daybreak in his title reign. That's how it usually goes. But we'll have to see how things work out for this. To start things off, of course, heel Balor, what's your thoughts on Gunther versus Damian Priest?
Honestly, the rematch from SummerSlam, I'm looking forward to it. I told y'all that match was going to be fun. And the rematch itself is going to be very fun, too. I'm looking forward to it. Priest's been holding his own. He's been doing great. I'm glad this whole thing, the Judgment Day is, I guess, over. We don't freaking know. Please don't interfere, Mr. Balor. Which, by the way, him and Jordan Devlin are still tag champs. Everyone cares. I'm looking forward to it. Priest has been booked very strong in this entire thing, which is kind of, obviously not really rare, but they're doing with Walter has been interesting as well. He's kind of vulnerable. Haven't seen him vulnerable in a good while since lost to Cody Rhodes. Did he lose his mojo, quote unquote? I doubt it. I think they're doing some vulnerability. It makes Priest strong, which he's going to lose anyways. My prediction is that Walter's going to retain the world title clean. I don't think any interference is going to happen. I think it'd be stupid. No interference, clean as a whistle. Walter's going to retain the world title. But I do like the vulnerability. I'm very interested in.
Willie?
Yes. Yeah.
Gunther!
Damn. Every freaking time. Every time.
Continue.
I'm looking forward to it, and I can't wait. Legit. Just how they've been booking the story, it hasn't been the best, obviously, but I'm intrigued. I'm looking forward to the rematch. So, yeah, I do have Gunther, Walter. I'm going to call him retaining.
Big Man Walter.
All right. Okay, Sean, I'll go with you next. So, your thoughts on Gunther versus Damian Priest?
For starters, I will say this. Exactly what Will said. Damian has been booked strong against Walter. Sorry.
Gunther!
What? I didn't say anything. My allergies.
Continue.
But me, we don't know where this is gonna go because Damian wanted to be a big dumb stupid head, and decided, I'm gonna pick the title up on the Go Home show. Why would you do that, Damian?
Actually,
see, if I was Damian in this situation, I would be like, I would make it look like I'm about to pick the title up, and then immediately stand back up like, nah, I'm not doing that. I read the script. I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
Just pull up Brian Pillman and just be like, nah, I'm not doing it. I'm not touching it.
Yeah, if you think about it, of course, it's like on Monday Night Raw this past Monday, Damian Priest not only posed with the title, he put the champion through a table and then posed over his body.
Idiot.
Yeah. Put the champion through a table, pose over their body, and then hold their championship above your head in celebration. Yeah, that's when, it's basically him sealing his entire loss. And that ain't good at all.
You stupid piece of street trash.
I guess in a sense, Gunther had a point there. All right, Steve, what is your thoughts on Gunther versus Damian Priest?
I'm not too much against this. Yeah, the booking has been a little questionable and stuff. I don't think it's a bad view going on. Once again, I do like the feud and stuff, and I was absolutely. I'm not against Gunther being champion and such. It's I will say it's nothing new. We've seen it. He's been champ at least 85% of his career in WWE, and I love Damian Priest. I love when he was champion. His cash in at Mania really was one to look forward to and such. I do have Gunther retaining on this one. I will say though, the booking itself hasn't been the worst. I will say I do really enjoy their promos in the ring a lot more than them getting physical at times. I do think that both of them have really good insults with one another, and they both make really good arguments. The street trash and stuff like that. Like, you were living on this and this, and then Priest would retaliate and whatnot. And I just don't see Priest getting the title back, and I really think after this they're just not gonna cross paths for a while. At least not while the title's still in the picture.
Yep, I would suppose so as well. The real question, of course, would be what would Damian Priest do afterward, but hey, that's for the future to decide. All right, Tyler, what's your thoughts on Gunther versus Damian Priest?
Gotta say, this has probably been one of the better booked things on the Survivor Series card, and I've been enjoying what they're doing with Gunther and Damian Priest. Obviously, their story does play off what happened at SummerSlam earlier this year, and you know what? It makes sense. Gunther wants a clean finish. He wants the match to be scrubbed over, and that seems to be the theme with Gunther's World Heavyweight title reign. He beat Sammy just to prove that he could. He beat Randy to prove that he could, sort of thing. And now, after what happened with Damian Priest earlier on, with Finn Balor being, a dick. yeah, it makes sense for Gunther to be like, okay, I want this to be clean. I want this to be as clean as possible. And that's fair. That's understandable why Gunther would want that, of course. Priest, he does want to get back the world title. He wants to get back into the top of the division. And yeah, I mean, Priest as of late has definitely cooled off a little bit thanks to this whole Judgment Day feud at this point, which, oh boy, I'll get to my thoughts on modern day Judgment Day in a bit. But yeah, honestly, I just gotta say it. I think Gunther is retaining. I absolutely think Gunther is retaining because it's the option that makes the most sense, especially going into the plans of the future, especially with the big arrival on Netflix and all that jazz. Like, Gunther feels like making sense as the World Heavyweight Champion. Although, I will say this, and I've heard some people speculate about this in particular, and I even saw a video of a what-if scenario about this. I do not see Goldberg getting involved in this. I know Goldberg and Gunther had their stare down of bad blood sort of thing, but I don't see Gunther getting involved in any point with Goldberg. I just don't see that being the case right now. Like, maybe when Gunther loses the belt, but not at the moment. I don't see Gunther and Goldberg happening anytime soon, but just wanted to clear that up. But yeah, Gunther's retaining the belt.
I mean, honestly, that was the first time I had heard about a Goldberg in a while. Was it all over? Was it seriously all over the internet?
I mean, apparently he's supposed to have a retirement match next year, so
yeah, that is fair. I guess we'll figure out when that will be. Although, oddly enough, if it's in Toronto, an Elimination Chamber, I'll be like, wow, again? Just like his return match was in Toronto, his last match is in Toronto. That'd be funny.
Yep, it's definitely been all over the internet.
Mm-hmm. All right.
I'm drinking Golden Rock.
Yeah, very nice. All right. And finally, of course, Beast, what is your thoughts on Gunther versus Damian Priest?
Man, I agree. I think this is one of the more solidly booked matches on the card. And if anybody knows me, they know I am a sucker for two kinds of matches. One, a very good David versus Goliath story, right? Or two, a Haas fight where it's just two dudes that beat the bricks off each other. This is going to be the latter. Like, it is going to be stiff. It's going to be rough. I am going to soak up every goddamn second of this. This is going to be great. I do think Gunther's going to retain. Damian's great, and I love him to death. It doesn't make sense for Damian to win here. I think Gunther being the Austrian Smaug over the world title scene, as he deserves to be, is fan-fucking-tastic.
Wait, hold on a second. Austrian what now?
Smaug from the Lord of the Rings, the dragon.
Yeah,
oh, fuck! I don't watch Lord of the Rings. Sorry.
Fair enough.
Oh, neither do I.
Wow.
Continue.
Having Gunther just hoard the world title as much as he can would be fucking awesome. And I firmly believe he's being projected to be that champion, and I don't want that to end just yet. I think having Gunther retain here, and I agree with Tyler, I don't think Goldberg is going to get involved with the finish. I do, however, think the next night it's going to be something with Goldberg. And I don't want to see Goldberg take the world title off Gunther either. Somebody got to be deservedly so. Maybe it could be Damian down the line, but it shouldn't be Damian now. So I got Gunther retaining.
Alrighty. With that being said, folks, we're going to move on to the next match. This is for the United States Championship. And honestly, at this point, based off recent events, I got to say it like this now. The WWE Men's United States Championship. Because, ladies and gentlemen, I'll be really quick on this. WWE has finally unveiled the new championships for the women. SmackDown has a Women's United States title, and Raw has a Women's Intercontinental title. It's about time that mid-card titles are introduced to the women. Now all they have to do is get rid of the tag team titles, and we'll be perfect.
Yeah, finally. Just finally we got the women's mid-card belts. I mean, first NXT gets it, and now the main roster.
Yeah.
I also agree it's a long time coming, and I'll be real quick with this too. I agree it's a long time coming, and I'm very, very happy that it happened. Because the women's tag titles suck. So this is great. And I might be grasping at straws, and I might, people are like, "Oh, you just said it's great, but now you're complaining." Yes, I maybe a little bit. My only gripe is, and I know because it's WWE and they like to keep continuity. That's fine. It's the same design, just with a white strap, and I'm not a fan of white straps. They look tacky. And if they were gonna unveil mid-card title, even if it was the same name, just for the women, like a different design would have been better. But that's just me. I'm glad the women have the mid-card titles now. It's awesome. Just a fresher design of, the IC and the US title. The men have had the fresher designs. 2020 had the revamp of the US title, and then more recently the newer IC title got a little bit of color added to it. It's fucking great. The women should have got their own designs for the mid-card title. And that's just me. I could be grasping at straws. I'm glad they got them, but it just irks me just a tiny bit.
Mm-hmm. It's all good. Regardless, the first ever women's U.S. champion will be crowned at Saturday night's main event, and we'll be doing a podcast to talk about that show as well, folks. And we don't know when the women's Intercontinental title will be crowned, but if I had to guess, it's going to be on the first episode of Raw on Netflix.
Yeah, that's probably the best guess, which I wouldn't be surprised if they named this episode Day One, but it technically would make sense that Day One on Netflix. So.
Day One on Netflix, but at the same time, if only Monday Night Raw this year, at the start of this year, was on Netflix, and would have been literally Day One because it was January 1st. But, we're going to move on to the match we were going to talk about, unless, wait, okay, Sean, do you want to say something?
All I have to say is, Black Negan agrees with this ideology. And nice. Black Negan has spoken.
Nice. But anyways, the United States Championship match we're talking about is LA Knight versus Shinsuke Nakamura. And I gotta tell you, I got a really bad feeling about this, because we're kind of in a scenario where we're kind of stuck here. It's either LA Knight loses the U.S. Championship after he's been on quite the role, and also he had a great build-up leading into his U.S. title match with Logan Paul at SummerSlam, won the title, has been champion for about 4 months now, and he could lose it, or Shinsuke Nakamura, after being repackaged again, loses yet again. So, where the fuck do we go from here is the real question. And that's the question I'm going to ask you guys. Starting with you, Tyler. Where the hell are we going to go here?
Yeah, that is a very good question as well. Obviously, Nakamura hasn't been seen in a little while. I mean, yes, he was recently promoted to be taking on, what was his name? Uka Sasaki at Pro Wrestling Noah, but WWE doesn't really mention about anything with Noah. Oh, there was that one time on NXT where they mentioned it, but still, Nakamura hasn't been seen on WWE program or even mentioned by WWE in a while, so it's good to see him back. It absolutely is. Now, LA Knight, honestly, I think what he's been doing has been fantastic, and the matches he's been having have been great, so, yeah, it's a little bit of a hard one to pick here. Here's the thing. While I absolutely would love to see Shinsuke win the belt right now, I feel like they should hold off by a few more weeks. I feel like they should just hold up by a few more weeks, whether it be on Saturday night's main event, or if it's going to be on the first SmackDown of the year, which is probably going to be called New Year's Revolution, like this year. But, yeah, I think LA Knight's going to win here, but I don't think this is the end of the feud. I think we are going to see Nakamura win the U.S. title, but Not right now. In a few weeks, he'll win it, but not right now.
All right. Okay, Sean, what's your thoughts on this U.S. title situation?
Really, the only thing Black Negan has to say is, what took Nakamura so long to get back from whatever the hiffle he was doing, and second, the whole face paint thing that he has going on right now. I know it's supposed to look intimidating, but he really looks like he just got beat up. He legit just looks like he got beat up.
I mean, that kind of describes a lot of his WWE main roster career.
Yeah,
I miss
sadly.
NXT knock. Anyway, yeah, it's definitely too early for him to get the title. So I would say, hold off until New Year's resolution, but I would say until maybe Revolution. I would say maybe the Rumble, maybe.
The Rumble, that's like 2 months from now.
Like just to I'm just saying it doesn't, like, maybe it's not exactly at the Rumble, but maybe it's like sometime before, but not New Year's Revolution either.
All right,
if that makes sense, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So for me, I'm going with LA Knight, just to piss my lady off, because she hates the yeah catchphrase. Oh, by the way, yeah.
All right.
I guarantee you, she just turned the podcast off.
Well, if she does actually listen to the podcast, I would say thank you for listening.
Love your bunches.
All right, Heel Barrel, your thoughts on LA Knight versus Shinsuke Nakamura?
Honestly, it's just one of those feuds just to get the United States Championship on the line, where I'm asking, where the fuck is the tag team titles, WWE? Put MCMG on this card. Fuck the U.S. title. Put MCMG on this card. Put DIY on this freaking card. Put the Profits on this card.
There's kind of a problem with that. Neither team has really set up another tag title match, and plus, a lot of the times they're feuding with each other nowadays. So I think they got to settle that first, and what I think they might do is we'll finally get this big match, maybe at Saturday night's main event, because, they are trying to put on the big matches for that show.
Please, just put MCMG on pay-per-view, please. Anyways, I have a lot to say about this whole rivalry. Shinsuke's just gone dark. That's about it. LA Knight's going to retain. Same old shtick. Yeah.
Alrighty then. Beast, your thoughts on the U.S. title?
Man, I love Shinsuke. And I was losing my shit when he came back. Because I don't know, man. Like, I've been a fan of Shinsuke since New Japan, and when he came to WWE, I was like, "Oh, that's cool as hell." And he kind of been treading water for a little bit, and it's just he didn't really get the push I feel he kind of deserved. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, he was mid-card champ, but like he needed that, like, that edge to him that he had in New Japan. And he never really had that. Like, oh yeah, he's like king of strong style, but where is that strong style? They never really showcased it. So this revamp that he's gotten, I'm very, very happy he's gotten this. And I think he will win the U.S. title, just unfortunately not here. And I hope that is a vehicle to get him to the world title scene. Yeah, I do. I also think, unfortunately, it is a little bit too soon. WWE has this habit of booking themselves into a corner, whether it's with a returning talent or not, and they put him in a title match way too fucking soon, and it doesn't really add up, and they run the risk of making that returning talent's luster fade again, and I hope that doesn't happen with Shinsuke. That would be a crying shame. I don't think it will. I think LA Knight, I would love to see Shinsuke beat the dog shit out of LA Knight here, and LA Knight eke out a win with like a roll-up or something, right? And Shinsuke get his heat back after the match, and then that leads to their rematch where Shinsuke wins the title. That would be great. I don't think that's going to happen. Unfortunately, I think LA Knight's going to win clean. But regardless, I still do hope they get a rematch. Hope Shinsuke wins it there, but I don't think they're going to have him win here. I would be gladly proven wrong, but I don't think they will. But I'm very, very happy that Shinsuke returned, A, and B, he has gotten this newfound aura, newfound life about him. I think it's something that he has deserved and needed for a long goddamn time.
All right. That's a fair point on that. Fair point and good oversight on all that. And finally, Steve, your thoughts on the U.S. title situation?
You know, it's great to see Shinsuke back on TV. I know a lot of people have been advocating this for a while now, and you know, and rightfully so, because you know, Shinsuke's a great talent. You know, I definitely think he deserves more than what he's been given. We've seen this, you know, every now and then we get those news headlines. He's going to be doing stuff outside of the company, which is absolutely fine and stuff. You know, maybe he could do some more stuff here. Considering LA Knight, you know, I don't think he's been champion long enough. I know a lot of people like, you know, question his reign and stuff. I honestly think we needed, you know, this title reign after, you know, the practically almost year-long thing we have with Logan where he only defended maybe 3 times this year or so. But you know, a lot of people have been advocating for him to be champion. You know, he's over. He's always been over. And at least this gives Shinsuke something to do. I don't know if giving him the title would, you know, merit at least some more TV time, which you would hope, you know. I don't know if you got put Shinsuke on speed and he wins, you know, the title there, and then, you know, because the speed champions do end up getting on TV and stuff. We've seen it with Candice LeRae and Andrade and Ricochet and all that. But yeah, I do think LA Knight's retaining. I don't see him losing the title probably until Mania, where someone like a Carmelo Hayes or something, or maybe a Preston pick of mine, maybe Grayson Waller or so. But yeah, at least Shinsuke's finally doing something, and you know, hopefully this gives him some type of rub, because you know you're in a feud with LA Knight, you know, one of the most over guys in the company. Maybe you know, this would further allow Shinsuke to get more opportunities.
Yep. You got a good point when it comes to how Logan Paul for the longest time did not defended 3 times in a 270-day period, and oddly enough, that's practically the same route that Judgment Day has with their tag title situation right now. Same amount of defenses and the same amount of time so far. And I think what's even worse is what I think, at least when it comes to a part-time wrestler doing that, at least you come to know that might happen. When it comes to someone who's there full-time and not defending their belts, that's even worse in my opinion. Because those who are here full-time should be defending their titles on the full-time, like you, Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, Cody.
Yeah, he's set to defend at Saturday night's main event, and that will mark exactly 3 months, almost 100 days since his last title defense, and 4 months since his last pay-per-view defense. It's been Bash in Berlin, August 31st. That was the last time. And his last actual title defense was a cage match with Solo Sikoa on September the 12th, I think. I don't know if it was the 12th.
What about
on the SmackDown move to USA?
Yeah.
Oh, what about Roman Reigns? Roman Reigns barely defended. Whatever.
Yeah,
whatever.
That is true, but that didn't take until after 2 years into his reign.
Yeah, then it basically became the modern day Reign of Terror.
Yeah, but anyway, moving forward
Oh,
though,
what a beautiful time.
I also believe LA Knight's going to retain. I would love to see Shinsuke Nakamura win it, because more honestly, I want to see Shinsuke Nakamura back to being that dominating force we saw from NXT. Hell, every now and then I still go back to watching how he did in NXT. Whether it was his takeover match with Samoa Joe or Bobby Roode, or even his debut match with Sami Zayn at Dallas. Now that is something to look back on. You look at that, and you look at him now, and you're like, how the hell is Sami Zayn the only one who's benefiting off of this? And even then, it still took Sami Zayn a long time.
And I know this is about Shinsuke, but since we were briefly talking about NXT, I just have to mention, since you mentioned Samoa Joe, there's one match, in my opinion, that's my all-time favorite NXT match. And funny enough, it actually involves Sami Zayn.
All right, which one is that?
that 2 out of 3 falls match that they had on a random episode of NXT. It literally took up an entire episode. The entire episode was just Sammy and Samoa Joe just beating the crap out of each other for a whole episode.
I mean, that was at the time when NXT was an hour long.
Yeah, when it was on an hour. It was an hour.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, try filling an entire match in an episode of Mon NXT. It would be like a bloody 2-hour Iron Man match.
I mean, well,
the funny thing is they tried they almost did a few times with those gauntlet matches.
They did,
especially that one gauntlet match with before Elimination Chamber.
That literally took up 2/3 of the entire episode of Monday Night Raw. Yep, I remember that.
Yep.
This is face of terror when he realized Braun Strowman was the only one left was so funny. He's over there smiling all heavy, and he's like, "Wait, am I forgetting something?"
If that gauntlet match took place on today's Monday Night Raw, that would have taken up the entire show.
The entire show, yeah.
Yeah, and thank goodness that is the case because, it feels much better if it being 2 hours.
Well, that ain't gonna last.
Oh.
We got like a few more weeks.
Yeah, when WWE moves to Netflix, Raw and SmackDown both will be 3 hours now.
So basically, Lord of the Rings level television.
However, limited commercials, I think.
Yeah, limited commercials, yeah.
So that will actually help.
Well, Raw will have no commercials. So
actually, that's incorrect.
Seriously?
Yeah, Netflix still does previews. So,
oh shit!
But it's just not going to be as frequent as we see today. That's all I can tell you. Anyways, though,
I thought Netflix was commercial free. Like, there's a paid commercial free tier, and then there's your ad tier.
Well, I have to figure that part out because I don't know how this is going to work because we'll have to wait and see how that's going to work out. But in the meantime, folks, it's time to move on to the next match. This is a triple threat match for the men's Intercontinental Championship. You know what? Honestly, I'm just going to say the Intercontinental Championship. I'll only say men's if the women's title is also on the line in the same night. Anyways, triple threat for the Intercontinental Championship. The champion, Braun Breaker, is defending against Sheamus and Ludwig Kaiser. This is going to be, for one thing, oddly enough, this is a crazy fact to think about. This is Sheamus's first premium live event in a title match or any sort of match since SummerSlam 2023.
Wow.
What did you just say?
Yeah, Sheamus's first premium live event since 2023 is SummerSlam in Detroit.
Oh, gosh.
And it was also... Actually, wait, no, I don't know if it was in... Wait, was Sheamus there in Detroit? I don't know, actually. Regardless,
I don't think he was.
It's been since 2023.
Wasn't he in the Rumble this year or not?
I don't fucking know, honestly. But even then, like, a lot of people...
No, because he didn't come back yet.
Yeah. But, the case of this, of course, is the fact that in addition to that, it's also the first... Actually, wait, yeah, Sheamus, I think, was at SummerSlam 2023. He was at the Battle Royal, with Slim Jim Battle Royal. But aside from that, he has not been in a premium live event since then.
What the fuck?
Yep. And as for Ludwig Kaiser, this is, aside from Rumble appearances and showing up with Gunther, this is his first ever match on pay-per-view as a singles competitor.
Damn.
Yep. Ludwig Kaiser's first...
mind hurts.
Yep, Ludwig Kaiser's first pay-per-view match that does not involve being with Imperium or being in the Royal Rumble match. So, a good start for him. And as for Braun Breaker, well, we know he was crowned Intercontinental Champion for the first time at SummerSlam this year. Lost the title to Jey Uso, then won it back like 3 weeks later. I still don't understand why the hell they did that anyway, but hey, you know.
Rikishi.
But now, Braun Breaker as a two-time Intercontinental Champion, defending against Ludwig Kaiser and Sheamus. And honestly, this is my opinion of this. This is a title match that could literally go any of the three ways. And that's the one thing I'm happy about. There ain't no obvious winner. Sure. Brian Breaker, he just won back the title like a month ago. But that doesn't mean he's going to freaking retain it on this immediate defense, because look at Jey Uso. He didn't. Sheamus is a guy who's been chasing the Intercontinental title for the last 2 years and honestly should win it before he reaches retirement so he can complete that Grand Slam. Then you got Ludwig Kaiser, who's been on quite the warpath and building up his own character, building himself up really good. He could definitely benefit from an Intercontinental title run. So, the way I see it, we have a win-win-win in this type of match, because all three of these guys have paid their dues. All three of these guys are amazing athletes, and the fact that we got this insane triple threat coming up, literally anything can happen, and that's the one thing I'm glad for, which is why I am not predicting this match. So,
Damn.
what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with Beast. So I want to hear your thoughts on this triple threat.
Man, oh man. I love me a good triple threat match for any championship. And it's shocking to me that Sheamus hasn't been utilized on pay-per-views as much recently as he should have been. Like, that doesn't compute with me. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Sheamus has never won the Intercontinental Championship, right?
I mean, I literally said he should win that so he can complete the Grand Slam.
Yeah, so I would love to see that. However, and I love Braun as well, but call me crazy. I think, thank you. I think the dark horse in this is Ludwig von Beethoven, Ludwig Kaiser. I think.
I was about to call this motherfucker Beethoven.
Oh, probably because his first name is Ludwig.
Why are you naming him after a dog?
True. I think that son of a bitch is going to become the new IC champ when the dust settles. I think him and Gunther are going to be reigning at the top. I'm just saying. I think Imperium are going to hold both titles. I got Ludwig here.
So
I'm fine with it going either one of the three ways. I really, honestly, don't really care who wins. I'm just going to sit back and watch it. But if I had to pick, I got Kaiser. I really think people are sleeping on Kaiser in this one. I think he's going to go over.
All right, well, you said you think Imperium's going to stand on top. What about Giovanni Vinci?
Who?
Who's that?
That's unfortunate.
Who the fuck is that?
That guy on NXT used to do all those poses?
I think so.
He's handsome. I'll give him that.
You sure that wasn't Carl Anderson?
Wow.
All right. We're going to move on now. Steve, what is your thoughts on the Intercontinental title triple threat?
Well, this is going to be an absolute hoss fight. These three are going to kill each other. They're going to, frankly, don't, let them go all out. Don't hold anything back. All three of them are really going to, deliver big spots during that. I'm absolutely loving Breaker as champion. His presentation on Raw has been very, a great sight to see. They're doing well with him. Shows they have a lot of trust in him and with the company. I'm like everyone else is shocked. That thing you said about Sheamus, he's really been underutilized. Like, wow, he's heavily underrated, and he does deserve a lot more than he's getting. And you look at Ludwig, someone who's like an Imperium, but not an Imperium, but like still technically associated with Imperium, and always going to be someone who's with Gunther, and he seemed like him breaking away slowly to doing this thing on the side. He's absolutely going to be fine on his own. That's not me saying like get him away from Gunther, but like at times we can absolutely do some side stuff. I definitely think because of the statistic you gave, and because he does need this to complete the Grand Slam, absolutely give it to Sheamus. I mean, I won't be disappointed in anybody that wins this match. Mainly Ludwig. Like I just wouldn't see the direction you take with that outside of having him and Gunther be champions simultaneously. But I definitely think it should come down to either Breaker continues to hold it longer, but me personally, I would prefer if Sheamus finally wins the title.
All right. So, okay, Sean, what's your thoughts on the Intercontinental title match?
Yeah, it's pretty much what Steve said. These crazy bastards are legit gonna fucking kill each other, and more specifically, after we saw on Monday, Braun is legit. Braun just proved that he is willing to fuck himself up to keep the championship because, goddamn, what the fuck was that? This dude tried to spear him. He moved, and he hit like the edge of the fucking announce table. Like his fucking chest hit the edge of the announce table. And I already know that they're gonna abuse that. They're gonna abuse it. But yeah, and with Sheamus, the thing about Sheamus, I would say so, and plus the biggest what the fuck in my eye, and to me is they brought back written in my face too many lies for like 3 weeks, and then it was gone.
I mean, when you think more
Now
about
we have
it,
no lines.
I mean, when you think about it, it really doesn't fit Sheamus' current character.
At least it was, but it was nice. But still, I wanted it for the nostalgic reason.
I mean, you got it.
But they should have kept it. And this is coming from Mr. Nostalgia, by the way.
I mean, we went from too many limes to no limes.
Yeah, and that's bullshit. Anyway, for me, I'm gonna say, of course, I'm gonna go with Braun retaining the IC title, and then that's gonna get Walter even more pissed off, and then it's gonna reach a point where Walter is like, okay, you know what? It's like, okay, you know what, dude, yeah, we're done because evidently you can't get it done, and that's how Imperium breaks up.
Gunther!
You motherfucker.
Gesundheit.
So, we are going to move on before you lose yourself again.
Do I look like Eminem to you?
Anyway, Tyler, your thoughts on the Intercontinental title triple threat?
Oh, I am excited for this match. Like, I'll tell you, when they announced this match, I was definitely keen. I mean, yeah, it was definitely out of nowhere. Same thing with the U.S. title match. Both of them definitely came out of nowhere, but I am so hyped for this matchup. I mean, this is the kind of match I like. Like, you know how early in the year we had those Braun Breaker, Ilya Dragunov matches? They were some of my favorite matches of the year. In fact, they might even potentially go up there as match of the year candidates for me. But, oh man, I'm excited for this because I think this is going to be on the same level as those matches. This is the kind of wrestling I like, where it's like, it's that sort of hard-hitting brutality sort of thing, but it also mixes in that story elements and just, it's cruiserweight, brawler, heavyweight, all mixed together into just the perfect sort of concoction. And I love that. I love that so much. The three competitors. Braun Breaker, he's been fantastic. His title reign has been amazing. Like, I know it had to be separated out by a Jey Uso title win, which I was okay with, yeah, but we didn't really need it as such, but it was fun. It was a little bit of fun. Yeah, Breaker, though, has been an incredible champion. He has been holding down the Raw mid-card very well, and not gonna lie, I think he's already in that main eventer position. I think he's at top tier of the Raw brand already, just because of how damn good he is. And I've known it ever since I got fully back into watching NXT after New Year's Evil 2023. That was what got me back into watching NXT on the regular, and that's what introduced me to Braun Breaker. And I was like, yeah, he's the guy. He is the guy that you can build the company around because he's just that good. Ludwig Kaiser, he's been pretty all right, I'd say. Like, I've definitely enjoyed his work with Imperium for sure, but yeah, I feel like he's definitely an interesting addition to this for sure. But I think the person who's going to get the job done and get the win is Sheamus. Like, it just makes so much sense for Sheamus to get the win. Like, he has been on this quest for the longest time to get that final piece of the Grand Slam, the Intercontinental Championship, and he deserves so much. He's had so much of a chance for it, and he is so deserving. He is just brilliant. He's always been brilliant, I'd say. And even when he was a face or a heel, he was always reliable. He was always dependable. And that's something not a lot of guys nowadays have in a way. So, honestly, I'd say when it comes to it, I think what they might do is I think Ludwig's going to be the one to take the pin. I think it only makes sense for Ludwig to be the one to take the pin for Sheamus to win. And I think what they might be building to is a one-on-one rematch, probably at the Netflix debut, day one. I think that is absolutely going to be the case. Sheamus versus Breakker one-on-one. And then Sheamus wins, and Breakker can fully go off to the main event scene. But, yeah, I think Sheamus is getting the win here.
All right. And finally, oh wait, sorry, what, Keyshawn?
Sorry, I was just gonna add that if in my eyes, if Sheamus doesn't win the IC title soon, he might as well go to Denny's, because that might be the only Grand Slam that he's gonna get. Because we don't know how much longer he has left. He has left in him to continue wrestling.
And Denny's does serve good food,
especially the Grand Slams.
Yeah, I don't know if we have a Denny's in Australia. We probably do. I mean, we basically got everything, but I'm not sure.
Anyway, finally, Hugh Balor, your thoughts on the Intercontinental title triple threat?
Yes, sir. I love a big match where we're slapping meat and stuff like that. This is one of those matches that be very, very good. All these guys can go. All these guys are very experienced. You have the young guy in Braun Breaker. You got the big veteran in Sheamus. You have Ludwig Kaiser, who is, of course, the lackey for that in General Gunther. Honestly, this can go either way. Oh my gosh, there's just so much you could really do with this match. You got Sheamus who could win the Ice Title, get the Grand Slam. You could have Braun Breaker retain, or you could have Ludwig Kaiser get the shock win. I'm going to go with Sheamus. I don't know. Someone just told me that Sheamus is going to pick up the win here. And if he doesn't, then, oh, well, it's not the end of the world, really. But like Sean, he doesn't have that much time to really do a lot. But I wouldn't mind seeing Ludwig pick it up either, honestly. But Braun Breaker could retain. But yeah, I'm going to think that Sheamus wins. Give him the Grand Slam. Braun could win it back. Or honestly, Braun could move into a different program, honestly. He's two-time IC champ. Definitely, like Tyler said, future world champ in the making. Could be world champ by next year, 2025. So yeah, I'm going to give it to Sheamus.
All right. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to move on to the last two matches. And I'm going to go through each one of you first, okay? Each one of you is going to say this one at a time. Quiet. Willie, I'll start with you. Say your best impression of William Regal's WarGames.
WarGames.
All right. Keyshawn.
Let me just catch my breath for a second. WarGames.
All right. Tyler.
WarGames.
Steep.
WarGames.
Okay. And finally, Beast.
WarGames.
Nice.
The Losers Lounge proudly present an impromptu ASMR session.
All right.
WarGames. There you go.
And now, and of course, I'll give it a shot too. WarGames.
That was good.
Oh, that's good.
That takes the cake. Yeah, you win.
I'll give it a 6.
My one probably sounds closer to Rhea's.
Yeah, that's because you're also from Australia. All right. Yeah, folks, it's time to talk War Games. The 2 War Games matches we got, one for the men, one for the women. We're going to start off with the women's War Games match. And this is going to be a very interesting thing. Tyler, I know you have a thing or two to talk about how the bookend of how this should have been, so I'll come to you in a moment on this, okay?
Yeah.
But I will say, ladies and gentlemen, it is Team Liv Morgan versus Team Nia Jax.
Christian.
Yeah?
Oh, no.
Turn the picture upside down.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's Team Nia Jax versus Team Liv Morgan.
Christian,
You mother.
here,
Give me this.
Yeah.
Give me this.
Are you notes wrong, mate?
Here, read this.
Oh, right.
read that.
Oh, okay. It makes sense. It's Team Liv Morgan versus Team Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill.
No.
No.
Oh, what?
I,
Oh,
don't we
whoa,
have to
hold on a
revise
sec.
one somewhere?
Oh, wait, hold on a sec. Actually, sorry. It's Team Liv Morgan versus Team Bianca. And, wow, Bianca Belair managed to get Nia Jax on the team.
Oh.
What?
Hang on. Let me. Let me.
This is the revised version.
Man, Christian, this is
Somewhere-
for next year.
around.
Christian, this is for next year. Here's the one from this year.
Oh. Okay, that makes sense. Wow. Team Liv Morgan versus Team Damage Control? Again? Damage Control again?
Yeah.
Kinda. I think that's kind of wrong.
Oh, and by the way, this one you gave me right here, this is not the one, okay? Because Nia Jax is not teaming with Liv Morgan after what happened at Crown Jewel.
No, she is.
What?
Yeah, she is.
Wait, hold on a second. I just want to make sure I got this right. You're telling me that after weeks leading into Crown Jewel, Nia Jax was repeatedly embarrassed by Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, then at Crown Jewel itself, she was repeatedly embarrassed and humiliated by Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, and you're telling
That
me
is true.
You're telling me they're teaming up?
That is the gist of it. Yes.
That's very true. That's very true.
You mind wondering who else is on this list?
Let's see. Tiffany Stratton. Okay, I kind of figure Nia Jax, Tiffany Stratton has to be a thing. What the fuck? When the fuck did Candice LeRae become a part of their big team? When did she become a part of the feud?
I thought she was busy with Johnny.
Wait a minute, didn't Candice LeRae just win the Speed Women's title? What the hell is she doing as part of this feud that she is not even a part of?
No one cares about the Speed Championship.
Okay, well, okay, let's take a look at the other team at least. Okay, looks interesting. Jade Cargill is on the team.
No, she isn't.
What?
I think
Oh,
She's
fuck?
not.
oh, okay. Bianca
I've got
Belair.
the revised version right here for you.
Oh,
There you
Bianca
go.
Belair, Naomi, Io Sky. Where the fuck did she come from?
Something brand split LOL.
The fuck this is? Well, I'm like, what the fuck? Okay, first off, I don't understand how Candice LeRae got part of the team. What the fuck does Io Sky? Wait a minute, I thought Io Sky had a lot of problems with Bianca Belair and Bayley. And what the fuck is Bayley doing on the team?
Yeah.
Because Jake got a nasty injury.
Oh damn! Wow, what happened?
Jane was thrown off a car or something, but Bailey? Really?
Yeah. Rhea Ripley.
Let
I thought
me
she
get
was
this
like a Rhea Ripley. No, that's not right, guys. She's out for several
He's up
months.
with the third person.
She just came back.
Okay, I need a moment here. What the fuck is this booking? There's so
like
much
Negan has
confusion
no idea.
everywhere.
I have no idea.
Only
Did they just
I
spin?
don't know.
Did they just spin a?
What's here?
Did they just spin a wheel and randomly land on these wrestlers?
This is
Yes.
No, the wheel
Yes.
is supposed to be for Halloween Havoc.
Mother of God, this is not how you're supposed to book a War Games match. It's supposed to be one whole big feud of 5 people against 5 people, and all of them are involved in one single feud. What the hell is this?
Some way, somehow,
This
Kashan is
booking is
responsible.
worse than that
Shut up,
one time
Steve.
they had a War Games match where it was like 3 cages in one ring instead of 2 rings in one cage.
What the fuck was that?
WarGames 2000.
Ugh.
He's talking about the triple decker.
Oh.
Russo's Revenge.
Yeah, now that I think more about it, I had forgotten entirely about that, so I guess that's how bad it was. But
They
why
got the triple cage from Ready to Rumble for Odin.
Okay, but I don't get it. Like, this is literally one of the worst bookings I've ever seen for a WarGames match. It makes no sense that Liv Morgan and Nia Jax would ever team up under any circumstance after what happened in the build-up to Crown Jewel. And it makes no sense for Io Sky to team up with Bianca Belair and Bayley after all the shit they went through. It's like, I mean, I get it. They've been through a lot, but that doesn't mean that, like, good guys are, oh, we're only teaming because we're good guys. Well, guess what, folks? That ain't good enough anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, next thing they're going to tell me is that CM Punk just randomly joined the other WarGames match.
So about that, we'll get the main event soon.
Oh, come on! You've got to be kidding.
I have a lot.
You know what? We'll get to that later. But, all right. Jokes aside, folks, yeah. Team Liv Morgan versus Team, wait, who the fuck is the captain on the other side?
Technically Bianca, I think
Rhea's supposed to be the captain.
Yeah, Rhea.
But wasn't
Naomi,
wasn't she the last person to join the team? How could she be the captain if she was the last person to join? Now Bayley is?
Something Liv Morgan.
Oh my god. This is really not looking good.
This makes Black Negan's head hurt.
Oh my god, why are you talking like you're The Rock?
Black Negan has no idea.
Enough with the third person.
All I can say is Black Negan does what Black Negan does.
Oh wow. You know what? I can gently tap the fourth wall too. The proposal.
See, my love for you shines beyond many suns. Would you be my groom?
No. Shut up. All right. Now, anyways, folks, back to this. Yes, on one side, it's Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, Nia Jax, Tiffany Stratton, and for some reason, Candice LeRae. On the other side, it's Bianca Belair, Naomi, Rhea Ripley, Bayley, and for some reason, Io Sky. So, all I can say is, what the fuck is this? I really wish that there was some way that we could book a better WarGames match for the women with an actual feud that actually makes sense on this whole thing from what they're doing. One set of team is actually feuding with another set team, and everything's looking good. Isn't that right, Tylor?
Oh, yes. And you know where that's been going on as of late?
Tell us.
A little brand that recently had a rebrand to go all black and silver.
Do tell.
Yeah. You know what I'm all about, folks, because fact of the matter is, they should have had the damn match from NXT 2300 here in WarGames. That was the perfect match for the WarGames, because, oh, I don't know, Fatal Influence and Team 2001, they've been busy feuding with all the recent ladies. Julia, Delta, well, now Zarya, Stephanie McCoy, Jordan Grace, Kalani Jordan, and I don't know, if you want to add main roster to it, you can add Liv and Rhea to it to make it make sense for it to be, if you really need your main roster in there, those two would have been perfect to team with the teams and have Rhea on the babyface side and Liv on the heel side, and it would have been perfect, but nope, instead we have this clusterfuck. Do you see why NXT has the best women's division?
Yes, indeed, I do. They actually make sense on a lot of things. But you know what? It's going to be what it's going to be, folks. It should have been should have been booked this way, but you know what? It's not, and that's what we're just going to have to unfortunately accept. So let's move with what we can for this. There's really nothing else that we can really say about this, in my opinion, because a lot of this women's WarGames match is literally all over the place. So I'm just going to jump in and say, Team Liv Morgan's going to win because Team Bianca, Rhea, Naomi, Io, and Bayley, I'm just going to say that because I don't fucking know who the damn captain is, are absolutely not on the same page whatsoever. Not to mention the fact that, I'm just going to say it, Bianca Naomi Bailey, you are responsible for attacking Jade Cargill. Because that's how this works. Whenever someone's mysteriously attacked, it was never by the ones they're going to fight at the pay-per-view. It was always by their allies/besties. That's how it usually goes. Because if it was by the bad guys, they would have shown it on screen.
Yeah.
The real question is, was it Naomi, was it Bailey, or was it Bianca? It was one of those three. I know that for a fact. Could be Bailey because she got into the WarGames match to replace Jade. Could be Naomi, who wanted to owe Bailey a favor or something, or just does not like Jade Cargill whatsoever. Could be Bianca because she's afraid of Jade overshadowing her as the top spot. But
Please be Bianca.
yeah, regardless, it was one of those three. I am not holding back on
Could
that.
even be Io.
No.
What was that?
I highly doubt that.
What was that?
Anyway, I'm just gonna say, yeah, Team Liv is gonna win this match. Heel Balor, what do you think of this women's WarGames match?
A clusterfuck. Team Liv's going to win and Liv Morgan's title win before WrestleMania, please. Enough said.
But okay, I guess.
Well, fuck you.
Okay, Sean, then let's hear your thoughts on that.
I'm gonna be the odd man out, and I'm gonna say Team Bianca wins this. And I know that my homegirl Io, she's gonna do some spectacular shit in her signature match.
Oh yeah, maybe that's why they brought her randomly in the match. Will you stop doing that?
Doing what?
You heard me, man. I am not.
Io
I didn't do
Sky.
anything. It was Steve.
Yeah, Io Sky sucks.
What was that?
Sneeze. Sorry, I have allergies.
Bless you.
Thank you.
You sneezed on me.
Whoopsie. Oh, that was not an accident, actually.
Oh man, I'm gonna catch the Canadians.
What?
I'm gonna catch the Canadian now.
Hey, at least we're not in COVID era anymore, so hey.
Hey,
Anyway,
you're probably like poutine if you catch it.
Now I strangely want milk.
okay, I don't get how that's gonna work. Well, sucks to be you guys, well, unfortunately, because unfortunately, I hate to tell you this, but well, you know what? Fuck, I'm not gonna say it. I was gonna bring up some sort of reference to Donald Trump's tariffs. But
So
hey,
do it.
okay, you say you're craving milk. Good luck trying to crave your own.
Oh man, I can't reach my own milk.
All right,
how they win.
all right. We're moving on. We're not trying to get political here, folks. Steep, your thoughts on the women's WarGames match?
This all did get randomly thrown together. A lot of people in this match just don't make sense. Just why is this Liv Rhea thing still going? You know, I understand this is Triple H's, you know, he likes long-term booking. You know, he's going to drive stories out. He's going to drive stories out for a year, 2 years, however long, you know, possible. But there are just some things that don't call for a long-term booking. Liv and Rhea is another one of those. Honestly, this should have ended at Bad Blood or something with. And I stand by what I said. I don't think Liv was ever meant to become champion. Had those circumstances that happened with Becky stepping away and Rhea getting hurt those times, she was just champion because of unfortunate circumstances and because of the We Want Cody Part 2 movement of her fans in the Revenge Tour. You know, as I'm saying, I'm not hating Liv's reign and stuff like that. It's just, you know, she's the most improved on the roster, absolutely, on the main roster. This whole thing just doesn't make sense, and you just threw whoever you needed on the show there for the heck of it. And obviously, Liv's team is winning because at least, you know, there's more structure to their team somewhat than there is the team that Rhea and Bianca and them are on. And I just beg, please don't drag this out all the way to Mania. Like, please, like, if Liv wins this, can this be the end of the feud? And whoever's there ready to end Liv's title reign, which should be Rhea, doesn't look like now. I'm done. I'm tired of this feud. Give them both something else to do.
All right. Tyler, your thoughts on the women's WarGames match? Right after, of course, you made that one rant about how it should have been NXT. But your thoughts on who's going to win this one?
Oh, Lord, this match. I already explained the booking problems with it, but just to say, when it comes to this match just kind of proves that we don't really need two WarGames matches on a single pay-per-view. Because if you're going to have one of them feel lesser than the other, then you've caused a big problem there. You basically made your match feel worthless. And nothing with the performance, obviously, but the way they're booking this match, the way they're telling the story, it's making me feel like this is probably going to be the worst of the women's WarGames matches we've had over the years. And if your match is being conceived by the fans as potentially being the worst, you have a high bar to live up to. You really do. Yeah, the team, the babyface team, Rhea, Bianca, Bailey, Io, Naomi.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely a weird pairing. Like, absolutely a weird pairing for sure. But not as weird as the heels. Liv, Raquel, Nia, Tiffany, Candice. Like, I get it. Judgment Day, Nia's sort of team thing, and throwing in Candice just to make it a 5-on-5. God, I hate this so much, and it gives me just that feeling that the main event scene in the women's division on Raw and SmackDown needs a reset. It needs a reset so badly. That being said, when it comes to this match, I do have the heels winning. It just makes the most sense for the heels to win. However, there is one little asterisk I need to throw in here. Now is the time for Tiffany to cash in. Now is absolutely the time. And you know what? I think Tiffany needs to win the women's world title because this Liv Morgan title reign, in my opinion, has been the absolute worst for that belt throughout its history. Yeah, I've said it's been the worst title reign for, at the time, the SmackDown Women's Championship, but now the Women's World Championship. It's that bad. And I don't care what the stands say. I don't care what the stands being like, oh, Liv's great, Liv's great, blah, 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 blah. Liv Morgan should have not been the champion. This title reign has been pointless. It has been awful. It's been built around just one feud that at this point has gotten stale. And at this point, the Raw women's main event scene needs a reset badly. It really needs it. And I think Tiffany is that reset. Absolutely. Give the belt to Tiffany. Have her hold it till Mania. And you're splitting up Nia and Tiffany, but brand split LOL, they can show up on both shows whenever they want the minute. So, yeah, just do it. Just do it.
All right. Huh. All right. And finally, Beast, your thoughts on the women's WarGames match?
My thoughts. You want to hear my
and we're out of
opinion
time,
on
folks.
who's gonna win this?
And we're out of time, folks. I'm just kidding.
Well,
Go
goddamn. No.
Go ahead, Beast.
No, you really want to hear my thoughts? I got you. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. I can't even get the words out. This is built for, and I am sorry, anybody out there, if you're like, am I getting called out? That's up to you. This is for the casuals who simp over the women.
Casuals?
Who don't actually care about the story.
That would... I don't really see how that would make them casuals. Isn't the casuals just those who watch WWE?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I thought the
You know
casuals
what?
were the ones who only watched at like a certain point of the year.
Now, you know what?
Hey,
Now that,
Beast.
now that I think more about it, it's like everybody in the IWC comes up with terms randomly. So you know what? Forget it. Just continue on, Beast.
See, this is built for the TikTok kids who just see edits of the hot women superstars on TikTok and they don't actually care about the stories. They just care about seeing them on TV because, oh my God, they're hot.
In other
That's
words,
it.
the Sims.
So, this sucks. Full stop. This is one of the worst builds, one of the worst stories, because there is none, one of the worst anything about any WarGames match from WCW until now. This shit sucks donkey cock. This shit is absolutely terrible. I would rather get a root canal.
Yikes.
Like, what is this? What is this? Dude, dude, my fucking algebra homework makes more sense when I look at it. This shit is ass. Like, oh my God. I don't think I've ever seen just something as everybody in. The water's fine. Lukewarm, I guess. Like, God damn. Talk about just fucking throwing shit at a wall and seeing what sticks. What is this, the episode of iCarly where they're chucking cupcakes at the door?
What?
You don't remember that episode where they were throwing cupcakes at
It's
the door?
been years since I watched iCarly.
This shit is ass,
They were trying to see
bro.
which one stuck and whoever lost first, and whoever fell first lost.
Like, oh, dude, this shit has about as much. I'm gonna throw it and see what it sticks to one of them, like, little sticky hands that you'd, like, throw at the wall when you were a kid. This shit sucks. Like, I don't give a shit who wins.
Vince Russo, WCW.
Straight up don't care who wins. Fuck it. The heels, I guess. Like, but honestly, no one cares. You know who is gonna win? I actually know exactly who's gonna win. Me when I play on my Game Boy during this shit. Me when I play on my Switch during this shit. I ain't gonna watch this. You gotta be kidding me. What? I'll go outside and go on a walk. I'll fucking go cuddle with my dog. I ain't gonna watch this bullshit. You got me fucked up.
In other words, he actually will watch it. Everybody says they'll never
I
watch it, but then they
don't
actually
think I
do.
will.
Everybody always says they're not going to watch something, but then they end up doing it anyway at the last second.
Fair point. Yeah, fair enough.
But
goddamn, like, I guess the heels, because, like, sure, whatever.
yeah,
Because, kind of like you said, I mean, they kind of have the least amount of problems with their team. But, I mean, goddamn. It feels like they just brought Rhea back to be like, yeah, this sucks. Let's give everyone a cheap pop because Rhea's coming back. Like, oh, return pop, cool. Like, okay. And I like Rhea. Rhea's fucking dope, but what?
yeah.
Huh? Oh. Like, what? It's fucking weird, man. This shit is not, as Tyler said, absolutely should have been the NXT match. Then if you threw Rhea and Liv into that, the story would have been more complete with them two, and Rhea and Julia being on the same team would have made me cry. Like, dude, yes, but no, gotta have this dumb shit.
Oh my God, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
All
Before
right,
we move on,
let's.
Before we move on, I'm gonna say something that I know Beast would rather do than watch this. And I know for a fact it's gonna make him laugh his fucking balls off.
Okay?
Knowing Beast, if I know Beast the way I do, he's this is so dumb. He'd rather sit in cement inside of a sauna hotter than the inner thighs of Rikishi's ass crack.
Let's move on before this gets really out of hand. Even though it kind of already did. Ladies and gentlemen,
I'm trying to give a thing to go to the main event.
ladies and gentlemen.
It's way ahead of
Yeah.
It's way ahead of us. We can't even reach out for it anymore.
All right.
Fuck this match. We move.
Yeah, it's time to move on entirely now. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to talk the main event of the show, the men's WarGames match. This is Team Bloodline versus Team Bloodline. That's exact. Now, you see, folks, that's how you do it. That's how you do it. Ladies and gentlemen, on one side,
Let's go Bloodline.
Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, Tamatonga, Tonga Loa, and Bronson Reed. Well, wait, what? Bronson Reed?
Yeah, Bronson Reed.
Yes, he's
well,
of Samoan descent.
You know
Yes,
he's part
Don't
Samoan.
overthink it.
It's all right. He's part Samoan, so I guess it fits for this case. All right, they're going up against Team OG Bloodline. Roman Reigns, Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, Hikuleo, Zilla Fatu, and The Rock.
No, you are very far off.
Christian.
No, instead of Zilla, it's Lance and Hawaii.
Oh my!
Oh, right, sorry. I meant to say Lance and Hawaii. Right.
Now the Tonga twins are debuting, if y'all know who they are.
Oh.
Yeah, right, I know who they are.
They are. Say them.
I know who they are.
Damn
Not
right.
them,
As a matter of fact, I know who the whole family.
Nah, I think
Oh,
about it.
Christian,
Anyways,
that sounds so creepy.
all right. It's Roman Reigns.
And the manager for this team is Rikishi.
All right. It's Roman Reigns, the Usos, Sami Zayn. Yep, the honorary Us is back. And Cody Rhodes.
No, he's not on this show, thank God.
Wait, he's not on the show at all? Isn't he the WWE champion?
WWE championship.
Once again,
Title.
Oh.
Once again,
Okay.
not defending his title for another month.
Oh, okay.
But it's because of Cody Rhodes. Fuck that.
Sorry. Okay, so it's not Cody Rhodes. Got it. All right. It is Kevin Owens, since he and Sami Zayn are best friends.
No, he's feuding with Cody, and they're going to face off at Saturday night's main event.
Oh.
I thought Kevin had become crazy enough to use a pile driver, even though it was banned.
Roman Reigns. All right.
Alright,
so it's okay. All right, so it's Roman Reigns, the Usos, Sami Zayn, and Randy Orton.
No, Randy Orton's out with neck injury. Not legitimately, but storyline-wise.
Oh my God, another one. Okay, Roman Reigns, the Usos, Sami Zayn, and since Bronson Reed's on the other side, Seth Rollins.
Seth Rollins is nowhere near that, so.
I think Roman and Seth hate each other.
All right, taking a shot in the dark with this one. Roman Reigns, the Usos, Sami Zayn, and Dean Ambrose.
No,
John Moxley.
Who's that?
What is he doing?
Christian.
I thought he was busy trying to take over AEW.
let's just say keep away all forms of alcohol during this match. Someone who's straight edge.
Yeah, exactly. Someone who's straight edge.
Oh my God, it's me! I'm in the WarGames match.
No,
Yes,
no,
and
no,
Beast
no,
won
no,
that
no,
title.
not Beast. No, Mr. Beast is not. I mean, no, fuck.
Oh.
Okay.
Jimmy doing in the cage.
All right. I mean, Jimmy's with the J, obviously. That's why.
Christian here. This is the lineup.
Oh, Roman Reigns, the Usos, Sami Zayn, and CM Punk. Okay, now you're just fucking with me.
Look at my eyes.
No,
like I'm fucking with you.
Christian,
Okay.
play
Look
this
in my
video.
eyes. Look in my eyes. What do you see?
Don't you dare.
Fucking hell, you're not lying to me.
Yeah, do you see that thumbnail right there on WWE's YouTube channel? Yeah, that's Punk.
Okay, why is CM Punk teaming with the Bloodline?
Because of the
Because Seth Rollins is being a pussy.
What does Seth Rollins have to do with
Something
CM
to do
Punk?
with Paul Heyman.
Because of the fat man.
Okay, to be fair, Seth is not pussy, but Seth had a pretty good point to back out. He has a point. See,
Wait,
man, you can't trust Roman Reigns. I'm just saying.
All right, well, anyways, folks, yep, it is indeed CM Punk, and first off, I want to say there's some people who are believing this is the perfect way to once again kickstart his feud with Seth Rollins, but there's already a problem with that. I'm like, so a guy who tried to viciously murder him for several months is in the WarGames match on the other team, and that's not enough to put Seth to team with Roman, but then finding out that someone who he hasn't even so much as laid a finger on is in the match, and that's gonna piss him off.
Yes, that's going to piss off Seth.
Yeah, you see how that doesn't.
Piss him off.
Yeah, you see how that doesn't make any sense.
What's that?
Yeah, you see how that doesn't make any sense though, right? Because it's like, oh, Seth Rollins has no problem with someone who literally tried to murder him several times for the last few months, but he's gonna have a problem with someone who he just has some sort of verbal issue with.
Seth also technically, if you think about it, it has a point, kind of. But yeah, you're right. He's gonna get mad at the guy who is just teaming up. He's not literally joining the Bloodline. Even though Punk in the Bloodline would be so weird. But he's just doing a shtick, and that's going to set Seth off.
Yeah.
Oh, that should have been me. If Seth says something along the lines of, that should have been me. You were off at the freaking line. You were off the freaking spot, you idiot. And you turned it down. Understandably so.
Yeah,
But still.
that's why it wouldn't make sense for Seth to get pissed off for Punk being in the match. Because it's like, hey, you could have been in the match, and you said no multiple times. Why all of a sudden do you have a problem now?
Well, why are you teaming up with the guy to kill the company? Because he's trying to save the day. Something you didn't do. Just saying. Yo.
What you just said about CM Punk being a member of the Bloodline, you know what that's making me think of?
Yo.
It's making me think of wrestling's version of Eminem's crew in 8 Mile.
Yeah, bro, for real.
Oh my
Well,
God.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go through this match. As you know, this is the main event, and we're going to try not to make things too long because, well, I got shit to do. And, of course, you know, I got to get ready for the Optimistic Awards show taking place this Sunday. Hope you guys are going to be ready for that. I will let you guys know that some of y'all here in this chat, I'm just kidding, all 4 of you guys are being nominated for Losers Lounge Guest of the Year.
Hey!
Hey,
So,
Hell yeah.
best of luck on
Congrats,
that.
gentlemen. Good luck.
Yep. Good luck to all of you on this. What I will say is, I guess I can understand CM Punk joining in just simply by the fact that, you know, he's a Paul Heyman guy. And Paul Heyman made his return, and they needed help at the last second. So, CM Punk's just owing a favor to Paul Heyman after everything that went through earlier this year when he had that small little confrontation. So in a sense, I can see where this is going. They also, of course, you know, want CM Punk on the show because this marks exactly a year since he returned to WWE Survivor Series in Chicago.
Travesty wrestling.
How funny as well is that Punk went from his last match being in a cage to his next match being in a cage.
Yeah, big. I gotta respect the dedication on that. I don't like the guy. I'm probably not gonna ever like the guy ever again. I think he's an absolute prick. But hey, you know what? This ain't how I personally. It's not about how I'm supposed to personally feel about him. It's about how this is gonna work for the story. What's best for business? And you know me, I'm always like that. So,
And
if I had to pick
though, some people may be tweeting their displeasure.
well, you know what? It's all good. Ladies and gentlemen, I am going to pick Team Roman to win this match because, let's be honest, Solo got the win at the Crown Jewel event. I really think this is going to set up to Roman Reigns taking on Solo Sikoa in Tribal Combat, potentially at Saturday night's main event. So it makes sense to cap off the year with the one deciding match to determine who really is the Tribal Chief. And so, that's where I think it would go. Especially since when WrestleMania is coming around the corner, there is absolutely a lot that must be done to set up fresh feuds for WrestleMania 41 in Las Vegas. Which, by the way, folks, no, I'm not going because those tickets are damn over expensive. At this point, they're reaching Super Bowl levels.
Damn.
But yeah, I picked Team Roman to win. Tyler, I'll start with you. What's your thoughts on the men's WarGames match?
You know what? I'm just going to say it. Before we knew about most of the matches that were going to be on this show, this was the match that was saving this show on the hype level. Because, I mean, come on. This is probably one of the biggest matches, I'd say, in the history of the company, if you think about it. Like, of course, we got the OG Bloodline against what I'm referring to as the Neo Bloodline. You know, the new Bloodline, Neo Bloodline, whatever way you want to put it. But honestly, I'm pretty intrigued about this match and the way they've been telling it. I mean, here's the thing. Over the last few years or so, this whole reign of terror of Roman at the top sort of thing, I hated it. I really did. And
yeah, he did.
Honestly, this title reign it really ruined it for me with Roman, and it made me feel like that I was at a stage where I just wanted to see Roman retire as such. But now seeing this whole redemption arc of him trying to redeem himself, even though he's still technically doing a lot of the darker things that his character's been doing with the Reign of Terror sort of thing, honestly, I'm intrigued to see how that goes out, and especially with what they're probably building towards. And bringing back the band, bringing back the OGs, I'm definitely intrigued. And the new Bloodline, I'm really enjoying what the new Bloodline's doing. Solo has been a pretty good leader, I'd say. The Guerrillas of Destiny, mostly people may know them as, if you keep up with New Japan back in the day.
Ain't nobody really than Gorilla.
Yeah, they have been fantastic. They've been a fantastic team, and I mean, yes, I know people have been complaining about Tonga Loa and his botches, but I don't have any complaint with that. Like, sure, people fuck up, and that is the case, but I've been enjoying the Guerrillas of Destiny, but I think the MVP out of this new group, Jacob Fatu.
Oh,
like,
boy.
Jacob is one of the absolute best. Like, I think he's fantastic, and honestly, he should be a world champion next year. I'm that serious. I think he is that good that he could be put in the world title picture next year, and I could actually see him winning the belt. Now, as for the additional members for these two teams for WarGames, Bronson Reed, fellow Aussie. I don't know if he should have been in this match. Like, don't get me wrong, I love Bronson. I think Bronson is fantastic, but there was someone else who should have been in this match, and I'll get to him a bit later. Don't you worry. But CM Punk, I mean, okay, I guess. He's doing the whole, I'm a Paul Heyman guy, so I should team up with other Paul Heyman guys. I mean, with that logic, why didn't you bring in Buddy Curtis Axel then? Oh, wait, I don't even know what the hell he's doing at the minute.
I haven't heard that name in centuries.
Oh, yeah. But, yeah, honestly, I think how this match is going to play out, it is going to be a bloody war. But there's going to be so many weapons dotted around that arena. But I think there is an X factor to this match that I could see giving one team the win. And that, you better get those goosebumps going. You better get those goosebumps going, folks, because the final boss, I think, is going to be the X factor. And I think The Rock is helping the new Bloodline to win. Yep, I think Solo's Bloodline is going to win with help from The Rock. And you know how it'll probably go. Like, everyone's in the ring, doing their thing, and then The Rock comes out, everyone's shaking, The Rock comes in, and he looks like he's going to help Roman. Boom! Rock bottom. And then Solo gets the cover, Solo's team wins, and, well, The Rock essentially reveals himself to be the mastermind of this whole new Bloodline. And I know people are saying that he will probably be known as the High Chief. I feel like he should call himself the real Tribal Chief. Because, really, like, if he's been the mastermind for this whole thing, then surely he'd be the real Tribal Chief at this point, right?
I mean, sure,
like,
but
surely.
I mean, sure, but don't call me Shirley.
Who the fuck is Shirley?
I don't know who she is, but she
Shirley
seems like a nice
Temple.
person.
All right.
Still, though, I absolutely do see it being the new Bloodline winning with help from The Rock, as that will get us to where we need to go, and plus that teaser of CM Punk versus The Rock again. Ooh, I want to see that match again.
I do not. Anyway,
That's
moving on. Steve, what's your thoughts on the men's WarGames match?
Well, first off, and he'll probably could join me on this, but I gotta say, we love you, Solo, our tribal chief, the GOAT, Solo Sikoa.
Help me.
Yes, we love our tribal
We love our
chief.
tribal chief. We love you, Solo, Little Oos, our real tribal chief. We acknowledge both.
Yes,
My
yes,
wife in
we
the
do.
air
We
for Little Oos.
that's
We love Little
damn
Oos.
right.
We love you, Solo.
Hey, no, look.
So we have two Jacob Fatus in here, then.
Oh, hell no. There's only one tribal chief. Fuck Roman. I love you, Rock, but it's not you. It's our tribal chief.
It's Solo. And nobody told Dwayne I said that anyways.
I'm gonna DM it after this.
Okay, as far as the match, I'm absolutely loving this. You know, I do think this is the jump that the Bloodline story needed, because I know a lot of people have really gotten tied with it. I like this Solo losing his mind, thinking that, he's a tribal chief, which he is. And Roman coming back, and he's like, what the hell is going on? Like, you were just my enforcer. Like, nobody told you you can take my throne while I was gone. I just stepped away. I didn't leave anybody in charge. Like, and Solo's trying everything he can to overthrow Roman with that. He has the Ulafala and stuff, and he has his side of the bloodline. And I've heard rumblings about who this fifth person could be. When Heyman came out, I know people were expecting the guitar riff from Lesnar to hit. I know people were, Zilla, Lance. You have so many different people that we can name, because there's 150 million people in the bloodline that haven't got signed yet, that everybody was throwing out there. I was a little so there's about, if I do my math correctly, 7 people in this match. 7 of them are related. You have Bronson Reed, who is Samoan, so he makes sense being in this match. Sami Zayn, who's an honorary Uso, who was adopted into the family, so stick around. You're honorary Uso. And then Punk, who just doesn't really fit the build, but I know people are throwing out that, and it's not just Seth that people are is going to get mad at this. Keep in mind, the last time they really had an interaction, and throughout their previous times, Rock and Punk never did get along when it came to the on-screen stuff. So if you think he was mad if he was teaming with Cody, imagine how back-to-back events where Rock's going to see him team with Punk, someone else that he doesn't like. And I do think Rock's showing up after this. How I would have it is Roman and Punk get into something. You fake the graphics showing up at the end. That's when Rock music hits, and he does a cold stare down, and have him do what he did at Bad Blood, just tease something, and then he just walks off. Have a microphone in his hand. He pretends he's gonna say something, and then he just screws with the audience, throws the mic down, does the slicing of the neck again, just walks off. As far as who's gonna win the match, personally, because I do prefer this side of things. That's just not me being biased. I kind of leaning towards Solo just to win the feud overall, but I know that's not gonna happen. Roman Reigns is the original tribal chief. I do see Roman winning this, but I don't see things really being peachy on their side, because I do think something's going to happen with him and Punk. I do think he's going to accidentally spear Punk. I do think he's going to Punk's going to accidentally cost Roman a pinfall by getting, tackled by somebody else and bumped into Roman. I do see their side winning, but him and Punk are going to have a ton of, things during the match that are really going to not go their way. And I do see the show ending with The Rock coming out again and doing one of those other stare downs. Maybe he even gets in the cage and stares down Roman while Punk's in just in between them or something, instigating or whatnot, whatever Punk does. So yeah, I have Roman winning, and I do think this is gonna continue with. I don't see him getting this Ulafala back right after he wins. Maybe Roman does get it back, but then something on a further SmackDown causes Solo to get it back, and once we find out who gave Solo the Ulafala, because once again, it surely wasn't Roman. With how Roman's been reacting and stuff, I definitely think The Rock was the one to do it, and we're gonna see once he comes back into the fold.
All right, Gil Balor, your thoughts on the men's WarGames match?
It's one of those matches where a lot of storytelling is going to be held. A lot of violence is going to be dealt with in this match. The addition of CM Punk is pretty cool. The whole build-up has been pretty nice. I ain't going to lie. Everything Steve said is pretty much what I was going to say, too. The Rock, I do think, is going to show up at the end of the match, probably to close the show. He might come in and say a few words, but I think it's just going to it's going to end with Punk and Roman shaking hands. The Rock's music's going to hit. Something's going to happen, and I think that's how the show's going. I do have the faces winning, so the OG Bloodline's going to win. Even though I love my Tribal Chief.
Solo's still Tribal Chief, by the way.
We love Solo. Yes, we love Solo.
All right. Okay, Sean, use your thoughts on the men's WarGames match.
OG, in my opinion, OG Bloodline, they had the chance to win, but then the fat man had to go and bring it back up. I can say the C word on the podcast, right?
Oh, it's like, first of all, you can't talk about Bronson Reed like that.
Different fat man.
You can't talk about Solo. You can't talk about Solo Sikoa like that.
Got nothing to do with this.
The fat man in the suit with the fucked up hair.
Oh, you can't talk about Triple H like that.
Right? I said
You can't
Triple H doesn't have any. On his
Hey,
head.
wait, hey.
You can't talk about
No,
Tony
you
Khan
can't.
like that. Oh, wait,
Fuck
Tony
out
Khan's
with
skinny as fuck.
Dana White has nothing to do with this.
Okay, anyway, continue, okay, Sean.
If it wasn't for the Walrus,
Hey, you can't talk
Bring
about
it
Peter
back-
Griffin like
bring it
that.
back I can say the C word on the podcast, right?
No.
The Glunt from Chicago. There, you're welcome, YouTube. Now calm down. Like I said, if it wasn't for the fat man bringing in the Glunt from Chicago, the OG Bloodline would have had a chance to win. But now their chance went out the window. It went out the window. The only way I can see them winning now is if something happens that I've been thinking what happened for the past number of months. If Jacob turns on Solo, if he betrays Solo, because remember, one time during a promo, Solo mentioned Roman, and then Jacob immediately looked up behind him, and the camera zoomed in on his face, like, "Oh man, you fucked up. You just wait. I'm waiting for the right time. I'm gonna fucking kill you one day." And if you've really been paying attention, for the past number of months, Jacob has been looking slightly more irritated with Solo. Remember when Solo told him, hey, take that title off and give it to Loa. Give it to Loa. And he was just like, motherfucker, what?
I thought you said give it to Lola. I was gonna say give it to Lola Vice.
No, she's not even here.
Why are you giving
probably
the belt to an NXT talent when it's a main roster
I
belt?
was about to say, NXT's podcast is next week.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for that.
Continue.
Oh yeah, and anyway, this dude, when he's like, give your title to Tonga Loa, he looked at him. He's like, motherfucker, what? Okay then, and so this is what I've been thinking. Okay, somehow during the climax, giggity, Jacob is gonna betray Solo, and then he's gonna join Roman. Grow up.
Really? You actually think
And
he's going to betray Solo and join Roman, huh?
This is what I've been thinking. But like since Jacob showed up, I've been thinking. Me and a bunch of other people, we've been thinking. What if Jacob is just a double agent, like pulling a double agent? He's secretly working for Roman to keep an eye on Solo.
Yeah, but what? Jacob is probably someone who would be better off going things alone. Like, he's been doing it alone for the longest time, so why would he need to...
He hasn't had the opportunity to be by himself yet.
That is true.
And I want to clear something up. There are people out there that still don't know what Jay meant when he said, "Why do you have to go get Jacob? There's a reason why we stayed away from him." And I'm like, and they're like, what is he talking about? So let me clear this up. For those of you that don't know, listen to this. For those of you that don't know, when Jacob Fatu was 18 years old, he actually got arrested. He got arrested for a 211. If you don't know what 211 is, it's an armed robbery. So when he was 18, he got arrested for armed robbery. And so he's literally the only one, well, one of the only ones in the family, the other one is not here yet, that actually has a serious like criminal record about him. And for this, oh god, I don't want to, but fuck, I'm gonna have to go with the OG Bloodline winning with a Jacob Fatu swerve. And for those of you that haven't seen what he can do, like really do in a match like this, watch any Contra unit match War Chamber match that he was involved in when he was in MLW, and I promise you'll understand exactly what the hell Jacob is about to do in that WarGames cage.
Yep, that's very interesting. All right. Finally, Beast, your thoughts on the men's WarGames match?
Man, so when Punk returned, I popped because obviously I'm a big Punk guy. That being said, yeah, his inclusion in this match is also one to be like, wait, what? Because both WarGames matches this year have a strong sense of what the fuck. You know? Like, especially the women's. We got that out of the way. But the men's still, too, like, why is Punk there? Some people say it's because, he's trying to make Seth jealous. Well, and what you said is a good point, Christian. Well, why would Seth be jealous? Seth outright, categorically denied that he didn't want anything to do with Roman. So why would he get pissed that he's not in the WarGames match, right? Some people say it's just because he's a Paul Heyman guy and he's paying back a favor to Paul Heyman, which is a great theory. It's a theory you brought up, Christian. Some people think it's an amalgamation of both. Some people are pointing to, when he mentioned Roman in that promo against Solo, when he called Solo a cosplay Roman Reigns, people are mentioning that. I mean, there's a lot of layers, but not a lot of them really make sense. So I love Punk, always have, but his inclusion does not make a lot of sense. There could have been other people that it made more sense with. I'm not against it being Punk, because I feel like if they are going to go the Seth route, cool. If they're going to go the route of Punk ending up shaking hands with Roman after the match, and all the Paul Heyman guys they've reconciled and they're one of one now. Like, I don't know, whatever they're going to fucking do. Like, cool, that'll work too, but it still doesn't sit right with me, even though I'm a big Punk fan. However, I also think that the OG Bloodline are going to get the win here, and I think that The Rock is going to make his presence shown after the match as well. I don't really know where it's going to go with Punk. I don't really know where it's going to go with Solo. I'm very, very intrigued to watch SmackDown and Raw in the following weeks after the show. Because goddamn, like, it's about time for the Bloodline saga to reach its crescendo, and they're definitely doing it in an interesting way. I'm not going to say if it's right or wrong, because they've had their faults with it and they've had really great moments with it, but they're doing it in an interesting way. I'll be Switzerland here. I'll play medium. They're doing it in an interesting way. Part of me has loved it. Part of me has hated it. Part of me has enjoyed it. Part of me's been like, okay, it's time now. But it has been very captivating from the start. And to see this WarGames match become a monster of its own and just grow into this insane story that's culminating here with this WarGames match with the Bloodline. Part of it, anyways, is culminating here. It's going to be really fun to see what's going to happen. And I'm intrigued to see the part Punk's going to play in it. I'm intrigued to see what's going to happen with Rock, if that's going to happen. I'm intrigued to see what's going to happen with Jacob, with fucking Paul Heyman. We're going to find out. So I definitely have the OG Bloodline going over. But, but, I don't think that Solo is going to be taking this lying down. I feel like that, yes, the focus is going to shift to Rock Roman, but I don't think Solo is going to be too happy about that. And I don't know where the fuck it's going to go. But part of me maybe wants it to be a triple threat, or part of me, I don't know what I want Solo to do. But I don't think he's going to take it lightly. I really don't. And I'm very intrigued to see what's going to go.
And think about this too, Beast. On Friday, the Friday before this one, but on the day that this dropped, last Friday, this dude Paul Heyman, he shot a wink over at Jimmy.
Yeah.
So either they have a plan or Jimmy just did. So either Jimmy told Paul to do this, to bring
Yeah, I
him.
saw that too.
Yeah, either he told him not. He told Paul to bring in Punk, or Paul has a different plan altogether. Because he's doing something. He has something.
People are speculating Heyman's going to turn on. I don't know why that would happen.
You also do have to think for some people. I know some people have been speculating that whoever the fifth person was going to be on the OG Bloodline team was going to be, well, a certain beast, but
Oh my!
you know, you could see him. Could you see that Mr. Well, Here Comes the Pain actually help?
Oh, that means.
Ooh.
I thought you were
Lesnar?
talking about me. I was like, damn, bro, I don't know if I'm gonna show up there. I
I think Lesnar will come back. I don't give a shit what the IWC gives. I don't give a shit what Willie is going on right now. Potentially, yeah, we'll see Brock back, but I don't think it's going to happen right now. No.
And I like and this whole thing that Solo's doing, this whole this is what I talk about. One of my other homeboys, my other homeboy Leo, when he first started doing this shit. Okay, who in here has seen Freddy vs. Jason, the horror movie Freddy vs. Jason? Okay, so I'm the only one.
No, I've seen it. I'm just letting you talk.
Oh, because if you remember, Freddy gave Jason power for Jason to go off and do what he does to make people think that Freddy's the one doing it, but then Jason doesn't stop. Jason just keeps doing his own thing, and that's what causes Freddy to go after him, right? This is exactly what this whole Solo and Roman thing is reminding me of, because Roman named him his enforcer, right? And then when he left, Solo started doing his own thing, and then he started doing too much shit, and then that's what drove Roman out. You seeing the correlation here?
Mm-hmm.
This is like some Freddy versus Jason shit.
I'm not gonna lie, now I kind of want to see Roman and Solo have those matching attires.
It's gonna happen soon.
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to conclude our predictions to Survivor Series WarGames, which is taking place this Saturday. I hope everybody's excited for that, because I absolutely am. Yep, I am looking forward to, well, this is the second of 4 big events, second of 4 podcasts as well. Next week we'll be back for NXT Deadline. The week after that will be Saturday night's main event. Holidays are definitely coming up, and of course, folks, to everybody in the United States, happy Thanksgiving. Spend time with your family, eat a bunch of turkey, or whatever the hell you guys love to do. Watch football or something.
Scratch out the turkey.
That too. All right. So, as always, Tyler, Steve, K. Sean, and Beast, it's always good to have you around.
Yeet.
Feelings mutual.
Glad I could return,
It's all
man.
good,
This is
man.
fun.
Yeet.
Sir, gentlemen.
And just to say, guys, please follow everybody who's a part of the podcast. I don't know where the socials may be, but please do so. We just do this to have fun. We do this to vibe. So yeah, just show everyone the support. Absolutely, especially you, Christian. You deserve all the love, mate.
I appreciate that very much, man.
Thank you, Christian. Thank you.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
And of course, we can't leave without Heel Balor giving us our signature outing.
Oh, of course. We are the losers, and this is our lounge. We'll see you next time. Actually, we'll see you next week for NXT. I love NXT. I can't wait. All right, we are the losers, and this is our lounge. I'm the heels to Balor's. That's Christian. We're the losers, and we'll see you next week. Too sweet. Peace out.